Hello, how are you? Now, today we're gonna work a little bit on this stuff. I'm gonna try to see if we can finish this today. Hopefully, if I can ran out of tokens yesterday, I'm gonna see how many tokens we burned through today. See what's up. Cool. Alright, so we started to decide this yesterday. I kept working after playing a little bit of Bloodborne. I was just waiting for the tokens to fucking reset. Exactly, auto sort. So, for question 1, Atlas order. Can I twerk? Aw. Somebody asked me if I could twerk last night. How did I miss that? I would have twerked. Alrighty. So Atlas order comes from the Atlas itself. Atlas.md. But everything is actually based off of ticket references, so it's basically by order, in the sense of, like, if a project can't be done before another project, so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? So, like, basically everything is fueled by, let me see something. 9% already today? Goddamn. The Atlas as a fundamental kind of guide, but ultimately everything is built on dependency. Kind of like how the other body projects were built on dependency. So for example, if there's a project where it's like in the server, that it's like the server side API, well, I'd probably want to finish the dock side API first to finish the app in order to make it so I can actually access something, or whatever way. It'd probably be the other way, actually. It'd probably be the server side first. You get what I'm saying? Like, exactly like this kind of shit. Does that make sense? God damn it, I forgot to take off max effort. Whoops. Wait, so there's already an order list, like a dependency list? You see, where is this list? I can't find it anywhere. But yeah, I would want phase 3 to basically read that list and then build the project order from that. So that would be like phase 3. And then obviously have the ability to manually be like, yo, let's swap the order of this one to this one because this might make more sense. You know, just like fine tuning. That's what I thought you were talking about when we built out phase 3. It also wouldn't be placed inside of the atlas. It'd be placed inside of the project priority .md file. That makes the most sense. I mean, where else would we place it? Not in atlas.md. It's just reference. But if the list, like the sidecar already exists and has the files, I mean, where does this dependency graph already exist? I really want to know that. I have no idea where that is built. Where the fuck is that? Literally doesn't exist. It's already in projects.md, but where the fuck is that? The hell? Where is it? Oh, blockers. There it is. Okay, so it's in there. Now I see it. I see it. Now I see it. Yeah, dude. Basically rewrite phase 3 to basically use blockers and the atlas to basically figure out what is the best order to do things in terms of like an order of operations. That way I'm not tracing, like back tracing in the middle of another project. You get what I'm saying? And basically it goes in project_priority.md. I'm not gonna look through 100 fucking projects. Like, be like, oh, this one and this one. It's like that's the whole point of having an LLM, dude. The hell, manually deciding fucking projects. God damn, that's so annoying. I'd be down if this was like 2006, but god damn. And it's like at least most of it would get done. You know what I mean? Like most of it would get done, and then I can fine tune myself. The fine tuning part, I'm more than happy to do. Like I am more than happy to fine tune manually. But when it comes to like the basic fucking 100 something projects with like 400 tickets, fuck that. Yeah, let's do persist. And then confirm the rest of it. Good to go. Alright, this is taking a hot minute. 2 minutes in. I'm gonna stop recording here just for a split sec. Hot diggity damn, dude. This thing got a hot minute. Okay. This project order for this one's actually fucking solid. Wow. This actually came out pretty nice. Centralized hard-coded doc paths into a shared constants module, yeah. Build doc API. This is solid, dude. I can't wait to dig into this one. This is the project that I can't wait to dig into the most. This is the one that's going to make the biggest difference. Run the Claude changes already. Honestly, project underscore priority dot md, it's dependent on a lot of stuff. I mean, honestly, run the Claude.md changes. I mean, the project underscore priority part right there, I'm not too sure about, to be completely honest. Because, I mean, like, technically, yeah, if the file doesn't exist, I mean, that should technically exist within the actual workflow itself for phase 3. Not Claude.md. Claude.md, the only thing it ever is concerned with is triggering and coordinating, like moving to like which workflow are we going to be working in now. That's the only thing it's concerned with. I need to restructure all of the fucking thing, like the entirety of this workflow. I'm gonna do the fucking Claude Code classes that they have. It's like 13 classes. I really want to take them. Alrighty. Honestly, now here's the thing. I think this should be at the top of this particular workflow, that it makes sure that all of the files that it needs exist, like for this particular workflow, and if they don't exist, to create them. And they should be in their exact location that they're referenced in. You get what I'm saying? I think if we just made one area at the top that has all the files that need to exist for the workflow to work, that would be by default always checking it. Or is that redundant? And I should only place it in the corresponding workflow. Fuck, I forgot to take it off fucking max again. God damn it. 21. God damn. Oh, it's gonna reset soon, so that's fine. Ooh, yes, I agree. A files manifest table inside of the actual scheduling tools folder, maybe. What do you think about there? That way it's referenced, and those are the files that go in there because those are the ones that it works on. Or should I do like an LLM agent's file that lives at the top that has all the files that exist within the actual workflow for each corresponding folder below? I kind of want to have just one for coordinator, you know what I mean? But put it inside of scheduling underscore tools. At the same time, I also think I should rename scheduling underscore tools into coordinator underscore tools, but that's a whole other thing. Alright, I green light it. I glean or green light it. I glean or green light it. God damn it, I forgot to turn off fucking Max again. Alright, after this it should be done. Okay. So, states don't refuse. Alright, ready to go then, right? Dream until your dreams come true. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream until your dreams come true. Alrighty, let's go ahead and give TP3 a go, please. Thank you. Alright, we're at 2% right now. Alright, so... Okay. So let's say project's priority. Wait, why is... Head scale database backup, why is that first? I disagree with the order of that. Alright. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at this one. Technically, this one should have blockers. But you see, that's like, why is that existing before? That makes no sense. God damn it. Let me look at the ticket. You see, but the file doesn't even exist. All right, so let's chat about this. Let's talk a little bit about the order of this, because I think phase 2 is based way too much on what is currently actually written in terms of cross references, because some of them don't have cross references. For example, the ticket that it says is the first one that is the most, like the first one that has the highest priority is this one. But this ticket is dependent on the actual database existing, and it doesn't. It doesn't yet. There should be a ticket that has something to do with that, but this entire ticket is dependent on the API doc tool. So it's like that basically where or am I mistaken here? It gave me the same exact order after all that shit yesterday. So I think I need to fucking rebuild that phase tool. It's annoying. To be honest, I think I need to update a lot of these tickets because they don't have cross-references. I think this is before I actually started creating cross-references, and that's why they don't have them. Yeah, I think we need to, like, phase 2 needs to have something else that actually can deduce, or maybe even like the ticket doctor cleanup, there should be a step where it does the cross references, because do you get what I'm saying? Oh. Now I get what you're saying. That database is the one that Headscale has by default, that has all of the, basically it's the SQLite database that it uses to actually populate the Headscale nodes, the Headscale like users, all that sort of stuff, basically, right? My bad. My bad, my bad. Alright, okay, so I'm gonna try to take it on as it is. Alright? So, here's my thing. I kind of want to move tickets out of the wiki and place it inside of ticket work zone. I am aware that it would cause a lot of the current workflows to need to be restructured in terms of where they push tickets to. Everything from the wiki stuff all the way through like ticket doctor stuff, all the ticket things. And even this stuff that actually refers to like the Atlas stuff, all of them, right? I'm aware of this. Should I put you in max mode to be able to figure out which ones need to be updated so then that way I can do that move? You can do that move. Oh, wait a second. You could just literally grep the file path, right? I mean, that's pretty much all that really is grep and replace. But yeah, let's run the scoping grep now. Wait, is that one not already in Ticket Work Zone? Completed tickets is in Ticket Work Zone. Completed tickets is not in. Wiki. Yeah, it's not. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yep. Verified. Fix it. The stragglers, please and thank you. This is Leia. She's my baby. He's sweet. Alrighty. Wait, why is that blocked? Wait, what's in there? I mean, if it's a dead entry, I mean, but why was it able to add but not able to delete? Oh, sweet babe. I love my little girl. She's my little baby angel of my life, and I adore her. Oh, it's just an always allow rule? That's fine. We'll just update it later. Or can you update it? My little angel, she's laying down right here on my lap, and I love her. Oh yeah, we need to update the time that I finished working last night. It was at 7 p.m. and then today we started at like 4 p.m. adore you, baby. Thank you for being. Thank you for existing. Also note that today we also worked on workflow stuff. Not repo stuff. Now let's do a git push. My little old girl. I adore you. Thank you for being. Thank you for existing. You make life good. Wait. Petting my little baby. You can't see her, but she's like right here on my lap, just melted. She's just melted on my lap. Excuse you. Excuse you. Little baby. I want to see something to eat. Let's see something. Are ear crusties normal for cats? Peace. It's on the outside of her ear. It's dark colored. Not coffee grounds, but I would say it's more like she scratched herself really hard and it like crusted up. No, it's like inside of the ear, like on the inner ear part, but not like inside her ear. More like on the outside, right before the inside of her ear. I'm gonna call my mama and tell her about this. I want to actually do one more thing now that I think about it. I want to add a section into the actual project priority and then basically call it like not yet, but every single time that I add a project to it, put off, like basically like not yet, you know, like not gonna get done yet. And then what we want to do is basically every single time I push one over there, it's just gonna add another one underneath it just so they remain in order. And then TP3, I want it to not touch any projects that are in there. So before it actually starts TP3, check what projects are there, and that's the list of projects that it's not gonna touch inside of the project priority.md file. Does that make sense? Alright, last thing for the day. Pretty much I'm gonna make it so it has this thing called, like, the project priority list has a like do it later project list, just because there's things that I'm not gonna be able to do until I get more infrastructure, and I don't have the infrastructure for it yet. But I still want to track that ticket because it's still like a future thing. Even if I do it like a year from now when I actually have like the infrastructure for this. So it's like what I really want is to be able to essentially make it so I can put off projects, because that's a, like, for example, this one right here, like this priority ticket, the first one that it gave me is 44, and it said you need a way to be able to back up your SQL database for head scale, and I'm like, yeah, definitely, that's a real thing, but I don't have infrastructure to actually support that. That's more like permanent infrastructure, not like building like the actual application, so it's not something I would really need to do right now per se. So it's like that's something that is important. Technically it is upstream. It's like, you know, it's pretty much as upstream as it gets in the server, but you know, it's like it's pretty much not really a thing yet. I would want it to basically ignore the blocker, but keep it there, just for reference. Does that make sense? It's finally asking me questions when it needs it, which is fucking great. I love that. So we're making this quick section because I'm gonna put that in there. Alright, now let's move the first project and project priority down into this parked section, please. Wait a minute, does it need a Y? Because I'm down to add Y. If it does, that's actually kind of a cool thing to add. Let's add a rule that says anything added to this section requires a Y, because I know now, but I want to be able to like look at it overview and not need to actually look at the ticket as to why the reason, you know. So please add that too to the actual section, just to make sure that anything that's added there gives me a prompt. Would I need to create a separate workflow for that, or is that like just adding it to the actual section? Would that be enough? And then the reason for this one is basically because this is future infrastructure that I just don't have yet. Like I would need like a backup server system or something along the lines of that. That's like a whole other thing that I just don't want to build right now because I don't have the money for it. And like that, this particular project that we just moved over, the head scale database backup, technically there should be server backups and stuff like that. But I mean, technically I can make one within the actual server, but what if the server fails? And then it's like you just keep going forever. So I'd rather take a day to do server backups in general. But that's like way down the line. Like this is probably like after I finish even like the initial prototype. I don't really need a commit hook. I mean, commit time. I mean, I think the reason why is more important than when. So there is a separate workflow for parked projects subsection within Ticket Coordinator. That's what is currently gonna push it towards, and then the actual why is going to be also within the actual section inside of project priority. Am I understanding that correctly? So it being within TP3 subsection, would that be enough for it to auto trigger without triggering TP3? Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking about. So should there be another sub like workflow within this, like TP1, TP2, TP3, and then I guess this would be TP4 park ticket, a project. Yeah, let's do that clean fix. And then update cloud.md. You have the green light for that. That looks solid to me. Does phase 3... But I mean, is the phase 4 rule basically split, like workflow basically split between phase 3 and phase 4? Why are they split? One of them is meant to auto... Oh, I see. That looks great. I mean, currently there is one within a parked project that's there. Can we make it so it just asks me a question as to why right now, so trigger the why? Oh no, that's exactly what it is. Alright, cool. Git push, please. So, Kitty just left. One more move down to parked tickets. I want to park the next one that's like the derp migration. It is also going to be like way down the line. To be honest, both of those are probably going to be done around the same time. It's like super down the line. Like same thing as the last one pretty much. TMP authorization subsystem technically is part of the API, the doc API. It's coordinated with the doc API tool. Same deal for this one here. It's the same thing as the other one. It's basically the same exact project twice there. But yeah. Same deal. The TPM authorization system is actually basically like the first steps of the doc API tool. For creating head scale users. Can you look at the tickets in that project and just verify? I do believe there's actually a thing. Build pipeline bugs. Build pipeline hygiene. I don't know what those are. Right, it's upstream. So, I mean, my thing is this. Does doing that unblock the doc API? So it's basically like, I mean, I think that the tickets in there should go within the doc API. It uses that credential. Yeah, I see. To be honest, yeah, that makes sense. It's just that I would like to work on it when I work on the API ticket. You know, like, well, the API project. So it's like, I feel like that's all part of the same project, essentially. We're still just discussing this. That should be. I think that the entirety of that order of this type of TP3 order that we have, right? I think it's honestly not actually in project order. So in the sense of like, this project gets done first, then this project, then do this project, because they all fall in alignment one after the other. You get what I'm saying? And then I was saying that use the atlas as a reference for potential upstream to downstream in relation to project completion. In relation to project completion, not as a whole. So I think that within itself wasn't actually done correctly. So maybe we need to redesign TP3, but honestly still keep the current ones that are set in the parked projects. That's correct. Fuck. Exactly. So the projects are already in order in relation to the tickets within each project. What we're trying to do is figure out the order of projects. That's basically what we're trying to do. We're not trying to like just set, because otherwise it's the same exact thing as just creating an upstream to downstream list, and the only difference is that now we have a dependency separation between two lists. That's not what we're looking to do. So like for example, so basically what we're trying to do, what we currently have is essentially an upstream to downstream list. So what we currently have is basically like an upstream to downstream list, and what we're trying to do, I don't know why it accidentally got me out of the questions. That was weird. But this is my answer to the first question that you had. And can we continue the questions after this one? So essentially, we have an upstream to downstream list that's separated from another list that has a bunch of dependencies. What I want is basically project orders. So this project gets done, and these two projects are relevant to each other. So, and then this one needs to get done before this step. Project. Does that make sense? It's not like just in order from upstream to downstream. It's an upstream to downstream order in relation to each project cluster, essentially. I feel like I'm investing more effort into this than the actual. If I was just to just go through all 100 and change fucking projects and just organize them. So, like, if they are related to each other. So, like, for example, this TPM ticket, right? That's currently the top of the project priority list. It is technically the first step of the API doc tool. So it's like they would be part of a cluster of projects. It's like shared subsystems a little bit, but it's like, yeah, slash feature. But I just wanted to basically clarify a little more in terms of the context that I'm answering the question with. Honestly, the clusters in a particular order doesn't really matter too much. Although, I mean, if I had it any other way, it would probably be bigger features first, or bigger project clusters first, and then work my way down from there. That would probably be like the more preferable approach. What do you think about that? I would like some feedback on that, actually, please, before continuing. Let's see. I agree with what you're saying in your recommendation. So cross cluster prerequisites. So obviously if cluster A needs to feed cluster B, obviously we do cluster A first. A first. So it's like, it's dependent on, obviously it's like you can't work on an app system before finishing a previous system, but that's essentially what we're looking to do, is get it in order, not separate them between two lists. I just said to reference the atlas for upstream to downstream in relation to the cluster project cluster. Then between project clusters, priorities, obviously upstream to downstream would have priority as well. So if a project or a cluster of projects needs to be finished before another cluster of projects, that's fine. Or if we can avoid clusters entirely and just place them in order of operations, which is exactly what I've been asking since the beginning, that would be preferable. It doesn't need to be clusters. I'm just saying that in just to give you more context in relation to what I'm actually looking for. I would like it to be reasoned by the subagent, because it's like some of them don't have the dependencies explicitly like written out currently, because beforehand they did. They weren't set up like that originally. It's something that was slowly developed into the actual workflow. Perfect. That's literally exactly what I'm looking for. But what I would really like is for it to also be like relevant. So one is basically relevant to the next, to the next, to the next. Then I can finish one feature and then work on the next part. And then it's like once again in order. Clusters like that, yes, but not literally specifically clusters unless it makes it easier for the model. Then in which case, yes. My question is, what would you recommend? I don't know if like if I should let the sub agent judge. Would it return a bunch of incorrect stuff potentially, or should I trust the agent? What if we make it two phases? So one basically sub agent groups related projects, then a second one would distribute another sub agent per cluster to organize the clusters. I honestly feel that this is already starting to get way too, because I don't even remember what TP1 is. What's TP1? I feel like this is inefficient. I need to re-architect this. I mean, all I'm looking for right now is just the fucking end game of this, but I need to redesign this. So basically, this sets it into projects. TP1 set creates projects, and then, yeah, TP1 creates projects, and then TP2 organizes projects into clusters and clusters into. Wait, what's TP2 then? For ordering the order of each project. So phase 1 creates projects, phase 2 organizes the order of each project, phase 3 creates the order of projects. That makes sense. All right. Good God. Oh lordy, I feel like this is over-engineered and can be simplified like 20-fold, and I need to fucking rework this from the top eventually. But right now I'm just trying to get to the end product because I literally just want to start working on my fucking projects already. I just really want to keep working on my stuff. Alright, let's see if this shit works. Alright, I'm gonna pause this for a split second. Recording is gonna take a hot minute. green lighting Claude F .md edit. But basically it should not create a sub. I just want to make sure that this is not actually creating a sub agent per. Basically the distribution of agents should be like this. It should be one agent creating the clusters, then one agent, sub agent, sorry, per cluster after that. The last time I did this, and I still have to fucking re-optimize TP2 because it used like not even kidding you 80% of my 5-hour tokens just because it literally did one agent per project and it was just way too inefficient. It's actually been a lot better, to be completely honest. Like, to be completely honest, Claude.md, I don't know what the fuck happened the last week, but it's been a lot better. Yes, let's add that, and then let's also fucking update the TP2 to basically be one sub agent for every 10 projects. I think that would be pretty efficient. That way it does like if it's 100 projects, it's 10 sub agents. That's not gonna drain entirely. Green light. Update the stale claw.md. Git push, please. Flambeing. Why does it need to be fucking... Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's run TP3, please. 38%. We're at 40. This has literally been weeks of effort, and I just want it to be fucking done. I'm so close. I'm so close. Tomorrow I start working on actual projects and tickets. I know it. I know it. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Yeah, this is gonna be a while. This is gonna be quite a while, so. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording here, I think. I might actually call it a day with the stream too, because it's just gonna be a while before it finishes, like quite some time. So, honestly, I think I'm just gonna pause this here, the recording at least, and then I think I'm gonna play some Bloodborne before bed. Alright. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm waiting for this shit to finish. It's gonna take quite a bit of time for it to finish, but we're gonna get it done. I appreciate your patience, and I hope you have a lovely day. Yeah, it's still just getting started. Look. It's still literally just getting started. Like, literally, like, it's gonna be a hot minute. All it did was change the number of sessions that we did today. Alrighty. So, yeah, it's gonna be like a couple of minutes before, or like maybe even an hour, potentially. Sometimes it takes an hour with these kinds of bigger workflows. And this is like, it's big right now because, like, once again, I had so many tickets, like 400 tickets, because it was like the ingestion. If I had done this since the beginning, I wouldn't be wasting this many tokens on this stuff. But I didn't have it since the beginning, so that's the whole problem and the whole point, right? So I guess that's pretty much going to be it for today, for me. Anyway, I hope you have a blessed day. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. 3, 2, 1.